welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. You're watching another episode of Culture Mosaic, giving you the best culture picks of the week. In the next half an hour, we have a chance to talk with a 12-year-old Canadian girl who has been traveling around the world in 80 anthems. And later on, get ready for a discovery of the Bohemian culture in Vietnam. And many more to come, but first, here are the headlines. Wrestling in the life of Vietnamese people. 80 anthems around the world with Capri Everitt. And in our Connecting Culture segment, Bohemian style fascinates Vietnamese young people. We're going to take a look back on the cultural highlights of the past week in our local news. The president of the Vietnam Fatherland Front, Nguyễn Thiện Nhân, conveyed his congratulations to the Khmer community nationwide on April the 5th on the occasion of their traditional Chon Nam May New Year festival. The leader also expressed his belief that the Khmer ethnic groups will continue upholding their traditions and unity to build new rural areas and developed urban areas. Chon Nam May is the New Year celebrations for the Khmer. Their biggest festival of the year marks the end of the dry season and the beginning of a new year and new crops. The 3-day Chon Nam May festival takes place in the middle of April. The Japan Anniversary Association has officially selected April the 4th as the date to celebrate Vietnam's iconic pho beef noodle soup. The date was chosen because the association claims the pronunciation of pho and the number 4 are quite similar. Report from Japan.
Located in Tokyo's Tanadan-Nobaba area, the Hello Vietnam restaurant serves numerous Vietnamese and Japanese customers every day, especially pho addicts looking for the noodle hit.
The Japanese love pho very much, especially pho with chicken. I serve 40 to 50 bowls a day for Japanese customers.
Pho is popular among Japanese and foreign food lovers. It is also nutritious and suitable to eat any time of the day.
I enjoy pho very much. It helps me understand more about Vietnam, although I've never been there. Pho is very delicious. Most people love this dish.
Vietnamese restaurants are becoming more common in Japan and indicates that Vietnam could make more of its culinary treats. Now with its own special day, pho will hopefully warm the stomachs of many more eager pho lovers in the Japanese capital.
Now, an event called Suck 16 or Flourish 2016 kicked off in Hanoi on Saturday last week, or April the 2nd, in order to help preserve and present traditional Vietnamese arts to audiences. With the participation of artists, artisans, and fashion designers, the event created a culture space offering a variety of artworks. Most significantly, a catwalk performance was held right in the heart of the old quarter, featuring patterned, modern, and calligraphic outside. Skillful calligraphic letters were sketched on fancy outside dresses, demonstrating both the general and modern beauty of Vietnamese women. Also, performances of Châu Văn, Chu, and Sầm singing, the 3 national cultural heritages, created a unique and diverse space of traditional music. The ceramics and calligraphy exhibition will last until April the 9th so that visitors will have more chances to learn about the arts. The event is expected to be held again next year. Now, every year on April the 1st, Vietnam music lovers commemorate the death of famous songwriter Trinh Công. The musician is loved for his songs and meaningful lyrics. The following report recalls some of the best works of the talented musician.
The Vietnam Contemporary Art Theatre, a day before the 15th anniversary of Trinh Công.
Many young artists, as well as those who have success with the jig songs such as Hồng Nhung, Thanh Lam, Tùng Dương, or saxophonist Trần Mạnh Tuấn, are preparing for an event to commemorate the musician.
Âm nhạc của anh, nghệ thuật của anh nó giống như là nó luôn luôn là một cái gì thách thức ở phía trước, để cho cái con người của mình càng trưởng thành thì sẽ càng ngấm bài hát và càng thể hiện nó theo một cái cách khác hơn.
Và từ ngày anh ấy mất đến giờ 15 năm qua thì đây là một cái chương trình lớn nhất mà nhà hát đầu tư với tất cả cái tấm lòng gần như là tri ân với một cái người nhạc sĩ tài hoa.
After 15 years, memories about the musician Trinh Công Sơn have remained in the hearts of his colleagues and music lovers. Trinh Công Sơn music lovers also have their own way to recall him, and each has a special reason to love Trinh Công Sơn.
Dòng nhạc của ông nó thấm vào cả những người cùng khổ nhất của xã hội và người ta cảm thấy có một sự chia sẻ.
Whether a great love which can be shared with everyone, or a little heart which is sensitive to each episode of life, Trinh Công Sơn remains eternal in Vietnamese music lovers' heart.
Now, the famous Jade Buddha for Universal Peace has been exhibited at Hoàng Phúc Pagoda in the central province of Quảng Bình from March the 27th to April the 5th for people to revere and pray for peace and happiness. At 2.7 meters high and weighing 4 tons, the Buddha is the largest of its kind in the world and sits on an alabaster throne that is 1.4 meters high. The Buddha was carved from an 18-ton boulder of translucent jade that was discovered in Canada in 2000. The Jade Buddha has been exhibited around the world for everyone to admire, regardless of their religion, and to take a moment to reflect upon peace. The Buddha was first exhibited in Vietnam in 2009. You're watching another edition of Culture Mosaic coming to you from Hanoi, the historic culture center of Vietnam. Each week our show highlights the rich cultural diversity of the nation. Culture Mosaic provides viewers around the world with a unique opportunity to see everyday life here in Vietnam, its people and their customs, so stay tuned. Now, wrestling has long been a cultural tradition in the rural life of many provinces in the north of Vietnam. Wrestling festivals have great significance in promoting a sporting spirit. In our segment of Culture and Lifestyle this week, we will find out more about some wrestling festivals and explore the unique traits of Vietnamese traditional wrestling and how this martial art developed and retained its position in the cultural life of Vietnamese people today.
Hà Tây province was one of the northern Vietnam's cradles of the art. Almost everyone, from children to adults, from men to women, know wrestling. Spring is the season for traditional festivals. This is also the time when wrestling contests take place in almost provinces across the north of Vietnam.
Hàng năm chúng tôi cứ nhớ đến ngày hội của quê hương của chúng tôi là chúng tôi rất thích xem hội. Xem hội là chủ yếu là xem đánh vật.
Wrestlers wear loincloth. They are only allowed to grab each other by the loincloth's belt. To beat their opponent, wrestlers must put their opponent down on the floor or take both feet from the floor. There are 3 main techniques in using the loincloth in wrestling.
Cái vật này nó để tạo lên cái sức khỏe, để vừa để giữ nước, vừa để sản xuất kinh doanh. Đấy tôi nghĩ là các cụ truyền lại như thế. Thế là từ đó là cái nền vật này của truyền thống của làng Hưng Viên được duy trì từ bao năm.
Now, Vietnamese wrestlers have appeared on bigger stages, the ASEAN Wrestling Championship, Olympics or SEA Games.
Hôm qua, các vận động viên nữ của Việt Nam
Freestyle wrestling, therefore, has recently been included in local traditional wrestling festivals.
Vận động viên tích cực.
In the current context of further global integration, Vietnam's wrestling has also developed. The festival is a chance to pick out the most outstanding performers so that they can join the national team to participate in the international competitions.
Instead of loincloths in traditional wrestling, freestyle wrestlers wear sporting uniforms. The jury will give score for each move. Each match lasts 3 to 5 minutes, and the one with higher score is the winner. As the result is not based on some particular moves, freestyle wrestlers have further chance to perform various kinds of moves until time is over.
Vật tự do là tính điểm, còn vật dân tộc là chỉ có vật thắng thua chứ không tính điểm. Vật tự do là mình đòi hỏi kỹ thuật, chuyên môn cao.
Cái môn vật này nó khích lệ cái truyền thống từ xưa nay là thượng võ của dân tộc, mình hay đi xem thấy vật có những cái đòn miếng mình thấy thích.
Vietnam's wrestling has developed through time. However, its nature has remained unchanged. With skillful moves of the wrestlers, excited crowd, wrestling has its own beauty and retained its position in the rural life of Vietnamese people.
How would you feel if a foreigner appreciates your nation so much that they even sing your own national anthem? Well, Capri Everitt is the one who delivered that wish. The 12-year-old Canadian girl is traveling around the world in 80 anthems, and our reporter Michael Liu snatched her on the way for a quick chat in this edition of On the Mic.
When I found out that there are about 18 million orphans that are at risk for disease, malnutrition, and death, I knew I wanted to help. Every child deserves to have a voice that stands up for them. I hope to use my voice to help children get access to clean water, food, and a safe roof over their heads. By singing the national anthem, I plan to get as many children as possible to sing with me. With the help of my family, I plan to visit 80 countries and sing the national anthem in each country's national language. The bombs bursting in air. My parents and my little brother Bowen are going to be leaving behind their regular lives to support me on this journey. I hope to make them proud and to make a difference for the lives of children that aren't as fortunate as I.
Hello and welcome to Vietnam. Now, first of all, how has the country treated you so far?
It's been wonderful. I think it's a very beautiful country with very beautiful beaches, and I think the people here are extremely nice and kind.
Okay, so what brought you here to Vietnam?
Vietnam is our 31st country, and people usually love to hear that someone from another country knows their national anthem and is taking the time to sing it. I enjoy sharing the pride and joy of each country in their national anthem, and I want to unite the world in songs of their country and unite countries with the same song.
So upon coming here, you actually embraced our own national anthem and sang the anthem as well. How did it feel?
Well, the melody it's very nice. I like how it goes up and down, and it has a very wide range.
Mình cảm thấy rất là tự hào khi thấy một cô bé người Canada hát quốc ca Việt Nam.
Giọng ca của Capri rất là hùng dũng, giống như những người chiến sĩ đứng ngoài biên cương tổ quốc để giữ biển đảo vùng trời. Về bạn Capri để đem một tiếng nói không chỉ cho các chị em SOS mà đem tiếng nói yêu hòa bình đối với trên toàn thế giới.
What did you like the most about performing it?
It made me feel like they appreciated what I was doing for SOS and the world, and that made me feel very good and make me want to continue doing what I'm doing. Definitely, it made me feel like I was part of them and united with them.
So what lessons have you learned about Vietnam through the song?
I've learned that it's definitely a song of deep meanings, and it's a song of independence for the Vietnamese people, especially in the hard times it has faced during the war and against the French colonists. As other national anthems all around the world are, they're songs of pride, and I think that's a similarity that the Vietnamese anthem and all other anthems have with each other all around the world.
Upon your trip to Vietnam, you also met some of the kids from the SOS village and some of the Vietnamese children from the local areas here in Vietnam too. What was it like?
Singing with them here has definitely been one of my most memorable anthem singings. I'm using my talent to help other kids in the world, and I want to be an inspiration, and I want to send the same message that I want to every other kid on this planet, is that to use your talent to make a difference in the world. Even if you've had challenges in your life, like the kids at the SOS Children's Village, you can overcome that by being at the village helps you, and then you can use whatever you love to make a difference.
Da Nang's SOS Village became one of the stops in Capri's 80-country journey to raise funds for the unfortunate children that are victims of war, poverty or climate change. Here, not only did she make some new friends, she also found 42 new singing partners.
Một cô bé rất là vui vẻ và rất là thân thiện với các trẻ em của làng trẻ em SOS. Các cháu rất là vui và phấn khởi khi được tiếp cận với bạn. Và bạn thể hiện được những cái tình cảm ấm áp và yêu thương.
Capri and family managed to gather donations worth $1,200 during their stay in Vietnam. The Canadian girl plans to raise as much as $1 million for her cause to support SOS villages around the world.
So can you explain to us the story about 80 national anthems around the world?
I've always loved to sing. I've been singing for a very long time, 6 years, and I just wanted to do something that would help especially orphan and abandoned children. That's why we're raising money for a charity called SOS Children's Villages. And, well, my dad loves national anthems, and I do too, and he came up with the idea, and he thought, well, she should sing national anthems with kids around the world. And then my mom came up with the name Around the World in 80 Anthems.
So I'm also aware that you're homeschooled as well. How does this influence your life?
Well, again, I like to have individual attention so that I can finish more in less amount of time, which has been a big part of this. My little brother Bowen, who has a blog on the website, he's being homeschooled too. And well, he has his blog, which is part of his schoolwork, and I have my learning anthems, which is part of my schoolwork, and it's really been great, and definitely learning anthems has been the hardest schoolwork that anyone could give me.
So I understand that you're also spending time away from school and, you know, traveling around the world. Doesn't that sort of make you lose your own childhood as well?
No, definitely not. I meet kids in every country, and I enjoy seeing what our differences and similarities are. I think I'm helping other kids so that they don't miss out on their childhood.
So what does the future hold for Capri?
My dream is to be on Broadway because I love to sing musical theater, but I also want to continue raising money and awareness for SOS Children's Villages and making a difference in the world.
Thank you very much for joining our show. We wish you succeed in your trip for 18 national anthems all around the world, and I can't wait to see you when you finish.
Thank you.
After Vietnam, Capri has been to Laos, Cambodia and Indonesia. She's now moving to her 38th country of Sri Lanka.
The Bohemian, a fashion trend originating in the 60s to 70s, has been loved by many people all over the world due to its special freewheeling, romantic, and distinctive features. Although the style appeared in Vietnam less than 10 years ago, it has attracted many young people who have strong personalities. And in this week's Connecting Cultures, come with us and feel the fascination of Bohemian style in Hanoi.
Bohemian or boho style refers to the free, liberal, and natural spirit of nomadic people. Overcoming the challenges of time, the style, together with the ethos of the 60s and 70s, has been revived and become incorporated into the wardrobes of many women. The style arrived in Vietnam in 2006 and has maintained its popularity. Thu Trang is one of a number of people who love the Bohemian style in Hanoi. She is especially interested in the colors and textures of the style, which are very different from other styles.
So với các phong cách khác thì phong cách này có một chút rất là nghệ sĩ, rất là đặc sắc và cảm thấy khi mặc cái bộ ấy lên người thì mình cảm thấy rất là yêu đời.
The Bohemian style was derived from the style of the gypsies in the 17th century. When it came to Europe, it was combined with romantic and elegant European styles and became the Bohemian look that we know today. This style is much loved because of this combination.
Đặc trưng của phong cách Bohemian ấy, nhìn vào thứ nhất là màu sắc rất là rực rỡ, rất là nhiều màu. Thứ hai là về họa tiết, hay sử dụng các họa tiết kiểu latex hoặc là batik. Thứ ba nữa là phong cách Bohemian ý, người ta nhìn vào thì hay phần gấu áo hay là các phần vai tay đều có các tua rua, trông rất là bay bổng.
Because of these special features, Bohemian clothes have attracted many girls in Hanoi who love a freewheeling and spontaneous lifestyle.
Thanks to Chang's suggestions, I can design myself a very Bohemian dress like this. And I guess each person, when wearing Bohemian clothes, should have a special feeling. And let's see how they think about it.
Khi mà bạn mặc đồ Bohemian thì bạn cảm thấy thích nhất điều gì?
Em mặc đồ Bohemian em cảm thấy rất là tâm hồn rất là phóng khoáng và tự do khi mặc Bohemian này.
Bản thân em là một người ưa thích khá nhiều họa tiết và em thích mặc cái Bohemian bởi vì những cái họa tiết nó gây cái sự khó hiểu cho người khác ấy. Nên là khi mặc vào người thì mình cũng trở nên độc đáo và nổi bật hơn ạ.
The Bohemian style is also an endless inspiration to many young fashion designers. Coming to the London College of Design and Fashion in Hanoi, we can see many collections inspired by Bohemian elements, such as ethnic arts and handmade embroidery, which are specialties of Vietnam.
They take influence from places like the northern hill tribes of Vietnam and natural dyeing. The students' characteristics that usually are inspired by Bohemian style, they're actually really talented in textile design and they want to develop their textiles.
Together with fashion, the Bohemian style is also used in home decor. The two main special features are impressive colors and the comfort it gives to the users. Although it is not a popular decoration trend in Vietnam at present, some features of this style have been used. It brings Hanoians such new impressions.
Bản thân Bohemian đã là một sự tự do rồi. Nên khi mà về Việt Nam thì nó rất là tốt, bởi vì là bản thân cái chất liệu ở Việt Nam rất là phong phú, bởi vì nghề thủ công của Việt Nam rất là nhiều. Thì có hai hướng mà tôi nghĩ là nó sẽ rẽ ra khi mà vào Việt Nam. Đấy là một là sẽ thiên về thô mộc hẳn, tức là những cái vải đũi, vải dân tộc dệt tay như là hình ảnh này. Cái này và một hướng khác đấy là sản phẩm dùng voan và lụa, nó rất là mềm mại, gọn gàng nhưng mà cũng rất là ngẫu hứng.
Different from other styles, the Bohemian style is not a passing trend because of the cultural values encapsulated by it. As time goes by, the style always holds a special position in the hearts of free people.
And our journey to the land of Bohemian has just wrapped up this edition of Cultural Mosaic. Thanks for tuning in. Please feel free to contact us at culturalmosaic@vtv.vn with any comments or suggestions you may have, or about any cultural events you have been to. Well, you can also watch repeats of our program online at VTV4.vn or youtube.com/VTV4Go. Once again, thanks for watching and don't forget to join us next week. Goodbye for now.